Alright, let's do a pack one, pick one with the Scourge pack we opened the other day. Since no one's doing any sort of onslaught block drafts these days, so let's just call this for pack one, pick one for a chaos draft. So Divergent Growth doesn't do a whole lot of anything. Might be fun later on if you're going for some sort of 5-color good stuff deck, or 4, maybe even 3 colors. I would consider Divergent Growth, but it's a dead card most of the time. Temporal Fissure. This will probably be 5 mana, bounce a permanent most of the time. Maybe bounce 2 things, but not too exciting. Unless for some reason in that draft there's a bunch of 0 or 1 mana cards. I doubt I would ever want this. Misguided Rage. Target player sacrifices a permanent. Yeah, most of that time it's probably going to be a land. Yeah, this, like, I want it to be good, but it's probably not. And yeah, most of the time you're probably just going to get a land from your opponent. Dragon Scales, 2 mana, +1/+2, and Vigilance. And if I have a bunch of big creatures, this gets better. I mean, already as an enchantment, +1/+2 and Vigilance is okay, but usually not too excited about enchantments, so pretty low on my pick list. Death's Head Buzzard, 3 mana, 2/1 flying is already pretty good. The death trigger is not bad as well. Hopefully it'll ping off something else, or at the very least it can trade with a 3/3, right? So this card is pretty good, especially in a chaos draft. Flyers usually do what you want them to do, although it dies to a lot of things, so hopefully it doesn't come back to bite you and kill like your 1/1 tokens or something like that. Chartreuse Cougar. This cycle of cards, of commons I should say, they're okay. The cycling mechanic is always useful, and late game, if you top deck this and you have 6 mana to play it, it's okay. 6 mana 4/4 with Fire Breathing, not the greatest. Spoiler alert, we got 4 out of 5 of the cycle, so it's pretty funny. I don't know what the odds of that are, but yeah, we'll go through these one at a time. 6 mana 4/4 with Fire Breathing, not that great, but usually things with some sort of cycling make it a little more useful and a little more desirable. Noble Templar, 6 mana 3/6. Vigilance is usually weaker, especially even in weaker newer sets. This is usually stat line that you pass. Twisted Abomination, 5/3 with Regenerate. A little better, mainly just because Regenerate, but still pretty poorly statted, I think. But it's pretty annoying. You can keep attacking in. They either chump block it or have to block it with a 6/6. So a little more useful than the other two, I think. Wirewood Guardian, 7 mana 6/6, so pretty average, especially for green. Yeah, I think of these 4, I would probably want the black one the most, and maybe Wirewood Guardian. I think I might want the Cougar over the Guardian, so the Twisted Abomination, then the Cougar, then Wirewood Guardian, then the white one. Dispersal Shield, counter target spell if it has CMC less than or equal to the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control. Pretty conditional counter spell. You can't use it if you have nothing on board. Yeah, not too excited about that. Carbonize, it's removal. I mean, Open Fire was good in Amonkhet, so it's probably good here. This one does have the additional bonus of removing the creature, and it can't be regenerated either. So yeah, this would be my top pick for now, even though it's 3 mana for 3 damage. Tends to be not bad in Chaos Draft, at least. Krosan War Chief, 3 mana 2/2, regenerate target beasts, and makes beast cost 1 or less. This is basically a 3 mana 2/2 that regenerates itself. not too great, just because can't assume we're going to see any other beasts. Unspeakable Symbol. Looks like a fun card, but after using this twice, you probably don't want to use it, because pay 6 life to give 2 +1/+1 counters. I would want this more if there were like enchantment-centric cards, but yeah, not too high on this. Root Elemental is the rare. 6 mana, 6/5 is already not bad. The option to morph it makes it a little better, so it's also a 3 mana 2/2. You can kind of help fill the curve. And the morphability, I mean, you can't expect to have another creature in hand when you want to morph it on turn 7 earliest or later. So it's more of a trick, right? You block morph, put something into play, or morph, then block something, and use the thing you put into play to block something. Fun card, but definitely not as good as you want it to be, probably, just given the cost and the mana you have to invest into it. And the foil is Dragon Shadow, the other of the cycle for creatures with CMC 6 or more. +1/+0 in Fear, not bad, with a chance to recur. Probably one of the better auras in this cycle. So to kind of review, so I'm between Carbonize and the Root Elemental. I mean, even though Carbonize is 3 mana, deal 3 damage, the fact that it deals 3 makes it useful. I found in Chaos drafts like Shock and the enchantment that's 1 mana, give -2/2, just don't do that much. And usually just 1 more damage is enough, even though it'll cost 2 more mana. Root Elemental, as much as it may be the pick, I think Carbonize is correct, for me at least, because this will probably be 6 mana, 6/5 most of the time, or I morph it and it just dies to something, and then I'd feel pretty bad. So yeah, my first pick for Chaos Draft would be Carbonize. What do you guys think?